Find new uses for old materials, a wreath made from t-shirts, a bike basket from old jeans, new life for cans as seed planters, watering cans, and monsters from milk cartons.
Hands-On is made possible by Elmer's Products Incorporated, manufacturers of a variety of adhesives, arts and crafts, and office products for use at home, school, or business. Elmers.com. Floracraft Foam. Make it fun. MakeItFunCrafts.com.
My rule is to never throw anything away. There's always something new you can make out of worn out items. When you make crafting a part of everyday life, you're always thinking creatively. Like this t-shirt wreath. Tear up old t-shirts and tie them on to make this great room decoration. Let's see what we need to make it. Some craft felt, felt embellishments, an old t-shirt of course, some string, maybe some foam embellishments, a styrofoam wreath shape, thick craft glue, scissors, a ruler, and a pencil. Okay, to get started, we're going to just take your t-shirt, and you can see I've already been using this one, but you're gonna cut off the bottom seam and then just cut strips from end to end. You might even want to use a ruler. I try to cut my strips about 1 inch, so you can kind of mark this a little bit roughly. It really won't matter in the end, but if you want to have consistently wide strips, you may want to take the time to do this. So I can see my pencil line, and then you're just going to cut down the length of the t-shirt. And you can do this for the sleeve sections all the way up to the neck. And you can see your cuts don't have to be perfect. And when you're done, you're going to have one seamless loop. Now, the next thing you want to do is open up your loops, and then you're just going to pull the piece in between your hands, like so, all the way end to end, and you can see how that curls up. Look at this orange one, so you can see the before and after. So you're just going to pull all of your strips like so, and you want to have a big pile because it takes more strips than you think to make this wreath. And you want to make sure you also choose your favorite colors. You might want to do this in your best friend's favorite colors, or you might want to do your favorite team colors like I'm doing today. Well, I'm just doing a sports-themed wreath, really. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is just tie your loops around your wreath shape. And you want to make sure that you keep the knotted section up at the top edge, like so. And then after each one, you can trim it. You could pre-cut all of your loops in the beginning, but I like the raggedy edge and the inconsistencies, so I just cut as I go. So I'm going to cut this one a little bit, and let's do one more blue one. And you would just alternate as you go. Now, if you look at the finished wreath I have up here, once I tied several strands of t-shirt on, I went back and used the jute cord in between each one to add a new texture. You could use any sort of novelty yarn or string that you have on hand in your favorite colors. Okay, so you can see I'm tying these as I go, and you just want to do this for the entire wreath. Now, when you get several on, what I like to do is just scrunch them together. And what happens then is you may need to add some. You could also pre-paint your wreath if you wanted to, so you didn't see the white underneath, but I like all of them lined up together so that they're nice and scrunchy in the end. Look at this one I've been working on. It makes it really crazy looking around the edge. Okay, now we get to decorate it. So if you look at the finished one, I used some letters and some foam embellishments. You can add a little bit of glue to the back of your embellishment. Even though these are sticky, I like to add a little bit of glue just to make sure they're really going to be double secure. And you can stick those in place. You might also want to put the initials of your favorite team on here. Let's add another football. And I'll put the glue right on the wreath this time. Let's put that like so. And then this one sits right on top. Scoot that up a little bit. Okay. We've got ND, and then let's add one more soccer ball at the bottom. Now to hang this, you could go on around or you could stop there, whatever you like. To hang this, I just like to add one more piece of t-shirt to the back side. So you can loop this through and pretend like it's part of the entire wreath. But this just gives you a little spot to hang it from. And you can trim the ends. And you've got a great sporty wreath for a friend, your door, or whoever you like. When you're on the go, you need a place to carry your things. Old jeans become these great bike carriers that can be personalized. Let's check them out. We've got a frilly version here with bows, sparkles, and fringe, and we've got a rocker sporty version that's got tape and bungee cords. Okay, let's see what else we need to make it. You'll need your pair of jeans, some craft felt, strong tape, permanent markers, bungee cords, the patterns from our website, some thick craft glue, maybe a pencil, a ruler, and some scissors. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is lay out your jeans. You could use a pair of old cutoffs or some jeans that have a hole in it, but you just want to cut, let me flip these over so I can show you. You just want to cut down from the zipper. And so you're going to just remove one leg at a time with some strong scissors. You may, since these are denim, you may only be able to cut through one layer at a time to make it easier. But you just want to make sure they're even on the front and the back. And the instructions for the variation with the fringe will be on our website. So if you like that one, you can learn how to do the fringe over there. So you would just finish and you would cut the other leg off, and I've got one ready right here. The next thing you're going to do is tape up the ends of the jeans. And this is so when you put your stuff inside, it doesn't fall out the bottom. And let's see, we're just going to trim this. Okay, now every pair of jeans is different. You may have to remove this area of the jeans to make it completely open. If you were using a jean skirt, of course, you wouldn't have to worry about that. So the next thing you're going to do is seal up the ends with the tape. Just roll that over and tack it in a couple places and smooth it out. And we're ready with our base pouch. Okay, now let's make some embellishments. I've got some felt pieces already cut out here, and like I mentioned earlier, you can find patterns from the website. Just cut them out of craft felt. One neat thing is you can use these permanent markers on the felt to add extra designs like we have on the guitar and the basketball. But I might make some dots on this heart, and you'll want to have a paper or something underneath you while you do this, but just doodle all over the pieces, and then you can start in on gluing the pieces to your pouch. Okay. I'm going to put the basketball down here. And you'll want to use this thick glue when you're attaching fabric surfaces. We've got a lightning bolt right here. And let me smooth out my glue around the edge. This will dry clear. Okay, and let's come over here and add another star. And I think we're good. Now, for even more embellishing, you can write your name. Let me flip this around on the side in permanent markers. And you can color the belt area. These markers are huge, so you can cover a lot of surface really easily. And you could color the belt loops. But let's take a look at our finished one. You can even use stencils and draw your design on and then color it in like a coloring book. But these are going to be great for taking to the library in the summer, filling them up with books. Great summer days. To connect them to your bike, you can use these bungee cords. Just hook the front end to a belt loop on the front, bring the back around over the handlebars on your bike, and hook it on a belt loop on the back. And that makes a nice loop for it to hang from. Let's take one more look at this frilly version. We cut the jeans off a little bit lower than we did for the sporty version, and you can use scissors to snip the ends to make this funky fringe, a little bit of stitching instead of the tape to seal it up. And then we've added the sparkle, of course, and these pretty fluffy ribbons. Just tie a couple ribbons to the front belt loops and then bring it around to the back, loop them through the belt loops and tighten a bow. And that'll hang perfectly from your bicycle. Our favorite crafter, Marisa, is back with 3 ideas for recycling in your garden. A seed planter, watering can, and a frog planter. Marisa, these are so cute.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming by. I just love these.
Happy to be back.
Okay, so I've got the supplies ready for us. So let me see if I've got this right. We need some cardstock, some hook and loop planter boxes. We're gonna see how those work later. Some tape in sheet form and roll form, some hook and loop tape, pencil sharpener just in case, a ruler, and some scissors. Is that good?
Perfect.
Okay, I'm gonna get these ready for us. And these scissors are extra special because they are actually recycled, right?
They
Earth friendly?
have recycled handles and they're earth friendly.
So cool. Okay, I
Very
can't wait to try
all-purpose.
them out.
Yeah.
All right, so the first thing we need to do is,
Just take a regular can, so we're gonna recycle it,
okay,
upcycle it.
all right.
So
I
first
love
thing
that.
we're gonna do is cover it
Okay.
with the tape.
I'll hang on.
Okay. And I'm gonna cut this.
Okay,
You could also rip it, but cutting it makes it a little cleaner. And then I just line it up at the top
right.
and wrap it around and on both sides. And
Okay.
I actually already did one, so
Yeah.
we can move ahead.
Yeah.
So that's the
Ready.
first step, covering it with tape. And then what you're gonna do is create the legs.
I love these. They're like real frog legs.
So easy to do. Just strips. So I'll show you how to make a strip. You're just gonna take a long strip.
Okay. I love tape.
It's so fun.
This is the most, like this frog glows.
Yeah,
It's a great green color.
it's a perfect springy, uplifting
Happy.
accessory. It makes a great gift.
I'll hold this in.
Something fun to do. So you just fold that over.
Okay.
And you'd fold that over.
So you're-
and I actually
You have some ready too,
these
don't
ready.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's good to see because then we don't have an open seam on either side. It's
Yeah,
all
it
nice
gives
and
it
sealed.
nice finished edge.
Right.
Looks good. So
Okay.
I've got these ones ready. So then all you're going to do is attach them to your can and then loop them. So
Okay.
you would just put the first part on with a piece of tape like that.
All right.
Stick that on.
Perfect.
And then you can decide how long you want your legs.
Oh.
Mine are about
You
like
could-
that.
That would definitely add to the personality.
Definitely. So fun.
Okay.
And
so
you
we're
could
just
do your
layering.
frog other colors. This one's green, but you could go for a more rainforest
Ooh,
feel.
spotted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then to do the foot, you just do the same thing.
Okay.
And you would just tape that to the bottom.
Oh, sneaky.
Perfect. And then you would just trim that excess. And you can use this for another project, make a bow, all kinds of stuff.
Okay, so then we just come to the other side, put another one on.
Yeah, and then you've got your frog body.
Okay, now I'm super excited about this because this frog has face and some embellishments like these sunglasses, crown. So will you show us how to make the sunglasses?
Sure, definitely. It's really interactive. It's fun to make all the accessories.
Okay.
So to make these sunglasses, all you got to do is start with the pattern.
These are on our website.
Yep, all on the website. Super easy.
Cute.
And you would just trace out your design here.
Okay.
Trace that out.
Got
and
it.
then you would cut this out
Okay.
with your scissors.
Right. This is such a great technique. And we switched from rolls to flat sheets, right? Okay. This
But you could also use rolls for this.
Right.
The sheets are just a little more convenient. So
Right.
anyway, I can use this one that I've got already.
Okay.
And I'll show you how you do it.
Okay.
So you would just cut a piece
Yes.
and peel it.
Okay. I think I know where you're going with this.
It's kind of like a sandwich. Whoops. So
I'll
then
put
you
it-
just, you can put it on.
You hold it down, I'll put
hold
it
it.
on.
Teamwork.
And then are we sealing this layer again?
With another piece.
Okay. I'm with you.
Got it.
Okay. Whoa. You taught. I know better.
I know.
I'm supposed to roll
you
it
have
on
to be more patient, but that's okay.
Excited.
That's okay. Luckily, there was a little extra on that piece, and it's all okay.
Okay.
So now, as you can see, there's
Can
the
see the
shape
lines.
of the sunglasses.
Okay.
So you could just cut that out, and these are non-stick scissors, so they make it really easy to cut that out.
Right.
And so you just
This
gonna
is so
trim.
fun. You could make all kinds of my mind is going with all of these different ideas of things you could make your frog into.
So
like
inspiring.
Rock and roll
like
frog.
this, yeah, this
and-
guy's a rock star.
Yeah.
Frog. Oh, and then to connect it on his eyes, I put hook and loop fasteners.
Okay.
So you just want to, and I'll show you a little handy trick.
Okay.
Not sure if you already know this one, but to know where to put them, you can put them on the actual item,
I got
and then they'll be perfectly in the right spot.
ready to rock.
And
I
roll.
love it. I love it. And you've got the crown, and it just fits
Yeah.
on inside of here.
Kind of like the prince, you know.
I
kiss your
love frogs
frog.
and sunglasses and crowns.
It's so fun, and you could also do this bow.
Okay.
That
now,
comes off, and you could add the little bow.
I'm so excited about these boxes. Can you tell me a little bit about these little planters?
Definitely, they're hook and loop seed starters, and they
Okay.
come in different sizes. This one's a small, and you just you take these two pieces and you overlap them like that, and then you start folding up the sides until you're left with a thing like this.
Yes.
And you can start your garden in here.
Okay, because there are holes in the bottom, so we have drainage.
And then when the plant gets too big for here, you just take it apart,
Get out.
and you can reuse it.
Cute.
And in the meantime,
You've decorated yours with tape.
of course,
Now, also like the base of this because this is another great earth-friendly craft.
more recycling.
Yeah, and you've just taken a packaging tray and covered it in tape.
So easy. And I showed you here on the side how to go around the
Genius.
corners.
Genius.
You fold it around, so I already went ahead and started this
Right.
one, and then you would just do that.
Well, we're about out of time, and so I'm gonna take us out with watering this plant with this cute watering can too. Now you can find this idea on our website and more. Let me just
Yeah,
give these
and
guys
that
a little
one-
water.
Just made it out of a water bottle.
And it's just made out of a water bottle. I
a
can't believe
straw.
it. I love it. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Who would have thought that a milk carton could become a monster? Let's take a look at these little guys. We've got some empty milk containers that have been embellished into crazy monsters to hold pencils, pens, and all your favorite crafting supplies. Let's see what we need to make them. You'll need the patterns for the faces from our website, some colorful cardstock, some chenille stems, wiggly eyes, sparkly pom-poms or plain pom-poms or both, double-sided tape, the milk cartons, a ruler, pencil, thick craft glue, a glue stick, and some scissors. You may also need a few clothespins to hold things in place while we're gluing. So we're going to start out with our clean milk carton. You don't want to use this after it's still had milk in it, dried. You want to rinse it out with soap and water. And then we're going to just remove the top. And I like to just use the seam as my cutting line. So we'll first cut down a corner, And you may need an adult to help you with this part if your hands are tiny. And we're just going to cut right along that line, all the way around. And there we go. Now the next thing you're going to do is cover it into paper. And you can use a plain solid, or you could find some pattern paper. But I've gone ahead and laid my piece out, and you're just going to kind of get the measurements for this. And where I fold it, I like to then take the milk carton out, make a nice crisp fold so it's straight, lining up my edges, and then crease it with my fingers. And I think we have one more bend to make and we're ready to start covering. Let's see, line everything up with the bottom. And I've got a little gap, so I'll have to cut a piece in a minute to fit. Now to connect your paper to the milk carton, I'm going to use double-sided tape because it's fast and it's super sticky. So I've gone ahead and started by applying tape to each side, and to do that you just cut a piece of tape from end to end, and then we'll just trim it with my scissors. And you can see I've already started pulling my tabs, but you just pull that off and you can see the tape is ready. So I'm going to put one side down into my fold, make sure everything's aligned, edge to edge. Let me turn it around so you can see. And we'll pull another piece of tape off to the side and stick that down, and another one. We don't need that one yet. Let's do this side next. And pull those away. And you can see that's just adhering our paper super fast. The faster we get this paper on, the faster we can make some monsters. Okay, and I am going to end up using that last little bit of tape. Now let's grab the one I have ready. And I've gone ahead and cut a little piece to cover up that gap. And now we're going to fold the paper down inside. So to do that, we're going to just snip on each corner all the way to the milk carton on our fold lines. And that should do it. And then we're going to just fold the pieces of paper down in. And you can add a little bit of glue. To hold those pieces in place, like so. Almost there. You don't need much glue for this because all we're trying to do is get the pieces to stay tacked in place so they don't flop up. And you just want to push these down. And when we're finished, we get to make some monster faces. Okay, so in front of me, I've got the patterns all ready to go. And you can cut these out of whatever colors you want. Let's start with the mouth. We're gonna make an orange mouth. But you just want to trace around your shape. You could also draw your own mouth shapes, which is super fun. And we'll cut this out. Really, any box shapes could be turned into monsters with this idea. And we'll want to make sure that we glue the pencil line down because I still have some pencil lines showing. The first thing we're going to do, or the next thing we're going to do, is to cover it in these little confetti pieces. This is easy to do. You just cut strips of paper into rectangles and stick them on wherever you want. I just like to use my finger in a random pattern. And we'll add a little bit more. But you would cover these, cover the entire box with these little confetti pieces. So he's got rectangle polka dots, if that makes any sense. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is cut the eyeball pieces. For this, you can make a pattern, or you can just hold your wiggly eye on top of the paper and cut a crazy circle around the eye. And We're going to do this twice. And we're going to repeat now on the pink paper. And I actually think I'm going to glue this down so I don't have to hold it so much with my fingers. We'll put a polka dot of glue on here and push that down. And glue sticks are really good for connecting cardstock and paper pieces together. I know we used double stick tape on the side of the carton, but we're switching up glues. And then you're just going to start gluing these pieces together with tacky glue. For the different materials like this wiggly eye, use a thicker craft glue. And then let's make some of these crazy antennae. To do that, you're just going to use the end of a chenille stem. One trick I like to do is to make a little flat spot at the end by coiling it over. And that gives me a nice little spot to lay my pom-pom on top of. Like so. And then you would just press the pom-pom into place. And you may even want to use some clothespins to hold it. But let's take a look at these little guys. I've got some zigzag chenille stems, and you would just use the craft glue to attach these to your milk carton along with the rest of the face pieces. So what do you have lying around taking up space that could be made into something new? Hope you got some great ideas today. Join us next time for Seasonal Crafts, year-round ideas for crafting.
Projects and ideas from today's show, plus hundreds of other kids' craft projects for every occasion, season, and even school subject, are available on the web at craftsforkids.com. This is show 1512. Hands-On is made possible by Elmer's Products Incorporated, manufacturers of a variety of adhesives, arts and crafts, and office products for use at home, school, or business. Elmers.com. Floracraft Foam. Make it fun. MakeItFunCrafts.com.